Well, I think you might want to call Natalie. Uh, Rollie, is this you? Okay. So you said that to Summer. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. We're gonna come back to this. We're gonna come back to this. But just remember, this is what Rollie said to Summer. Okay, when Summer was upset about not being able to perform because she got booed. Okay? Rollie said that to Summer. You might want to call Natalie. All right, cool.
Yeah, you know where to be. For real talk, come see. Hot topics, recaps, reactions for you. Genuine laughs and unbiased views. We keeping it real, critical and true. So welcome to Roma Lash TV. You're welcome, come chill with me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Oh, let me fix this. Let me fix this. Much better. Hey everybody, welcome back to the welcome back to the channel. Okay, so as you see from the title above, we're reviewing Baddies USA, episode 10. All right. So, where do I start? Where do I start? Okay, let's start with this first of all. The episode starts off where with Suki and Gretch and Sapphire. They already jumped Gretch. They already fought her for saying nigga, bitch, whatever the fuck she said. And they cut her neck. Yes, child, they cut her neck right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Right here. This blue band that's on her neck. They cut her neck, okay? I don't know if it was one of Suki's rings or chains. You know, she got like 50 rings and chains on, bracelets, whatever. So, anywho, one of them cut her neck. I don't know if it was a by accident. I don't know if it was on purpose, but they cut her neck, child. And her neck is all stitched up, wrapped up. And yeah, but listen, Gretch is a real soldier. She's a real one because she freaking she's here in this scene, as you can see. And Suki and them, well, especially mainly Suki, they're really like trying to antagonize her. And Sapphire look like she don't want no more smoke from Gretch. Honestly, for real, for real. Sapphire don't look like she want no more smoke with Gretch. She's done. She's done for the night. No more fighting for her. Okay, she's just there to be funny and look pretty from now on. But Suki want all the smoke. So Suki's still antagonizing her. And Gretchen's like, bitch, ain't nobody scared of you. And she gets in the paint again. Her and Suki, they start tussling, they start fighting. And I'm not gonna lie, Gretch got her. Gretch got Suki. Yeah, she got her. I don't know if I could show y'all. I think I passed it already. They already finished fighting. Let me see if I could. Yeah, there's just you can't really make out what's going on, but oops, too far. Yeah, so yeah, Gretch got Suki. She got her. And I don't even care, I don't even care, um, Team Black Girls all day. But Suki, you was wrong. You was wrong. Like her, first of all, if I jump somebody and I already cut their neck or slice their neck, I'm not like I look, I did what I had to do, it's over. Like I'm not going back. So Suki, I'm actually glad that you got because like leave that girl alone. Like you were still antagonizing her. Y'all jumped her, y'all sliced her neck, and you still gonna antagonize the girl. Like yeah, I'm glad she got you. I'm glad. Even though I like you, Suki, you're one of my favorite people on the show. I'm glad that Gretch got you because nah, you was doing too much. But I get it. Y'all all gotta do too much because that Zeus check, yeah, let me be on your asses. So after that, look how far they had to pick up Gretch. Anyway, Gretch is like 100 pounds. It ain't nothing for them to pick her up. So yeah, anyway, what next? What next? What next? What next? So after that, her and Sapphire were kind of arguing, and Sapphire was like, "Yeah, you came in and you said you wanted to go at me and Suki." So, you started this, you came in here looking for problems and blah, 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 and this and that. And it's like, yeah, because, bitch, y'all fucking, like, Suki hit her for no reason. Oh, no, sorry. Suki hit her because she called her a bitch. And then you wanted to fight her after Suki done beat her up. For what reason? Oh, yeah, because you're trying to redeem yourself after that bullshit you did on Baddies East. Yeah, so you feel like you got something to prove. I get it. I get it. Um so yeah, they're just arguing, Sapphire tried to sneak her. It was weak and she missed, but it is what it is. She mad about that eye. You see right here? Gretch got her good in the eye. Right here. You see the side of her eye? Mm-mm. Gretch got her good. She got her good. She got her good. I ain't even gonna lie. She got her good. So yeah, so they're just like teasing her. They're antagonizing her. Suki still she bent over talking about, yeah, my coochie good and whatever this that. My coochie good. I'm a coochie girl. You a shitty girl. I'm a coochie girl. You a crackhead, but I'm a coochie girl. And Gretchen's just like, girl, close your legs. That shit stank. That shit stank. I could see the cum leaking out your coochie. Ew. So yeah, honestly, I don't know why y'all girls be doing that when y'all lose a fight or after y'all fight, whatever the case. Just bending. It's usually the bitches that lose a fight that be doing this. They be bending over trying to show their coochie. Like, I would have said the same thing Gretch said. If I was Gretch, I would have been like, girl, close your legs. That stank. It smelled like a fish market. That smelled like red lobster. Anywho, so then what next? What happened after that? There was just, talking, going at each other, saying a whole bunch of whatever, whatever, whatever. So then, okay, here comes the good part. So Rollie lets the girls know that certain girls after the first booking that they did, certain girls are not gonna be able to perform at the next show because they got booed. And those girls are, and it's so funny because I think before she could even announce the names, was it Lex? Was it before or after? Anyway, she tells Summer that well, she says, some of the girls can't perform because they got booed, right? Now, if y'all watched last week's episode or the episode before this, y'all would know who got booed, right? Y'all would know who got booed. So again, it was Lex. Let me take this off for a minute. Yeah, so it was Lex, Summer, Dolly, Nunu, and Gretch. Those were all the girls that got booed at the New York show, which is the first booking that the Baddies had. And it's so funny because right after Rollie said this, Lex says to her, can you just clarify which girls, who the girls were that got booed, who will not be performing? Can you just like clarify which girls, you know, which one of the girls they are? Which girls are whatever. Y'all know what I mean. So I find it so funny that she asked this because this is how you know she got booed. Why would you ask this, Lex? Why would you ask this? Lex knew deep down inside she was not supposed to perform. Because why would you ask this? Right? If you didn't get booed, you know what I mean? If the crowd liked you, why would you ask this? No, your name is Big Lex and the crowd yelled Big Ivory. They were chanting Big Ivory when you were performing. That tells you the crowd don't like you. The crowd don't like you. They did not like you. They did not want to see you. They wanted Big Ivory while you were performing. Chanted Big Ivory. That's a diss to you, really, Lex. That's a big insult to you. Your name is Big Lex and they're yelling out Big Ivory while you're performing. That is a big insult to you. The crowd did not like you. That is the equivalent of getting booed. That's just as bad as getting booed. Okay? You should not be allowed to perform. Okay? But, you know, what Tommie said, y'all got favorites. Y'all got favorites. Clearly they must have favorites because um Rollie announced which one of the girls was not going to be performing, and Lex wasn't one of them. Lex wasn't one of them. She said, Summer, you got booed. She made sure to tell Summer, Summer, girl, you got booed. Dolly, yeah, Dolly didn't really get booed. They said fuck Dolly. Lex didn't get booed. I didn't hear anything. Girl, you heard them saying fuck Big Ivory. Okay, and them saying fuck Dolly is just as bad as them booing Dolly. They're saying fuck Dolly. Like, hello, they don't like her. They don't like her. Fuck Dolly while she's before. They don't like her. With middle fingers up in the air, they don't like her. Okay, so Rollie makes sure to let everybody know the girls who got booed will not be performing at the next show. Summer, you're one of the girls that were booed. You're not performing. Summer's like, I don't care about no boo hoo hoo, bitch. I'm performing. I'm performing. And I said, girl, as you should. As you should perform because, yeah, who cares if you got booed in New York? Bitch, this is Chicago. This is a whole nother city. Like, what? What are we talking about? This is Chicago. You're not gonna let me perform in Chicago because I got booed in New York? What? Doesn't even make sense. And Rollie knows deep down inside it don't make sense because even she was like, look, I kind of, Natalie said such and such. I kind of agree with it. You know, they were throwing bottles and blah, blah, blah. She made sure to tell Summer. When Summer told her I'm still performing, she was like, look, you could go ahead and call Natalie if you want. Okay? So I know deep down inside, Rollie doesn't agree with this either. Because I feel like if she really did, she wouldn't have said that to Summer. But I bring that up because later on it's gonna be an issue. But anywho, um, so yeah, it's a thing, and Summer basically said, look, the crowd booed me not because my music is shit. They booed me because I'm a villain. And yeah, it's true. They did boo you because you're a villain. If you were a fan fave, they wouldn't be booing you. Okay? They just wouldn't. They booed everybody in the big three. So, but I'm sure if DTB and Ivy was there, they would be hyping up, they would be cheering, they would, you know what I mean? They would show them love. So I'm trying to figure out if there was anything else worth mentioning in this house meeting. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, you know, uh, who was not going to be performing? She already said it. Dolly didn't really care that she couldn't perform. Dolly's like, look, girl, I'm gonna make my money regardless. Like, I'm on Baddies. I'm a hustler. I do hair, whatever, makeup, whatever. Girl, I'm gonna make my money regardless. I'm still here. I'm still getting paid, whether I perform or not. And I'm like, I know that's right. Clock it. Clock it. Okay, girl, you making that bag just by being on the freaking show. Okay? So anyway, I also feel like these bitches just be hating Summer because Summer just keeps it freaking real. She just keeps it too freaking real. Because, she made sure to call out the fact that, look, Lex got booed. They were yelling out Big Ivory while she was performing. And Biggie's slow ass decides to take it upon herself to instigate something between Lex and Summer by saying, oh, Summer, you're antagonizing Lex. You're antagonizing Lex. That girl used to be your friend and you're antagonizing her and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, Summer's just keeping it real. If she can't perform, Lex shouldn't be allowed to perform either. Nunu can't perform, Gretch can't perform, Dolly can't perform, but Lex can perform. And they were yelling at Big Ivory while she was performing. That is crazy to me. That's crazy. So yeah, Summer said something about it, and of course, everybody got upset, even though Summer had a point, even though Summer was right. Everybody got upset. Biggie trying to stir up the pot, talking about she antagonizing Lex, and Lex is just so happy that somebody has her back, has her side. Yes, Biggie, yes, yes, she's antagonizing me, yes. You know, they always trying to make Summer look like a hater. Lex talking about, oh, don't try to rain on my parade because you're told that you can't be performed. No, Summer's keeping it real. Summer is keeping it all the way real. Nobody's antagonizing you. Summer's keeping it real. If I can't perform, neither should you. You shouldn't be allowed to perform either because, like, no. And if I was Summer, I would have said something too. No, like, no disrespect. Not trying to hate, but if I can't perform, you shouldn't be able to perform either. Fair is fair. Fair is fair. But anywho, let's go to what's next. What's next? What's next? Mm, I think after. Oh, this scene was longer than I thought. Oh yeah. So something happened between Mariah and Summer. Okay, so here's what happened. Mariah said that Summer fanned her in the club or bumped into her in the club or some shit like that. She bumped her, whatever. I think she bumped her back. But Summer wasn't here for it. Summer is like, we gotta run it. Like you gotta run it with me. Okay? Respectfully. So they ran their ones and child, it was so pathetic. None of these hoes could fight. I'm gonna show y'all a clip anyway. So yeah, as you can see, yeah. Yeah. Poor Mariah. She can't fight. She can't fight. I mean, to be fair, this fight was trash. This fight was trash, but yeah. Yeah. Poor Mariah. They both, I don't know, they both look like they were fighting the air, to be honest. But anywho, so next, Tommie, because y'all know if it ain't the Summer show, it's the Tommie show, right? So Tommie shows up. I don't know what this was supposed to be. Um Bedazzled Lion King Queen. I don't know. I don't know what she got a cat over here in her hand. I don't know what this was supposed to be, but it looks very um fairy Disney fairy tale witch queen. I don't know. So it's Tommie. And one thing I love, as like on top of Tommie being funny and entertaining and always willing to get in the paint, one thing with Tommie, she gonna serve looks, okay? That's why Tommie is one of my favorites on the show. I love seeing Tommie, and I love the fact that she's here for a full season. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in my other reviews. But anywho, so she shows up, and it's kind of like she shows up, and she takes a peek into the room while they're having their house meeting, but she ain't really trying to participate. She ain't trying to be around none of them hoes. So she peeks in, she sticks her head in, and then she goes into another room in the house. And she talks to Rollie for a little bit, but Tommie has her little issue with Biggie. So they gotta sit down, they gotta meet, they gotta talk, they gotta chop it up. Of course, again, Tommie serving looks. She had on like some under that white coat, she had on like this see-through, like bedazzled, not bedazzled, but like these like see-through sparkly leggings. And I don't think she had on any underwear because they kept bleeping her coochie. So I guess she, Tommie, she got her own sense of fashion. Excuse me. Anywho, so she's there in the kitchen and Biggie shows up. I didn't even realize DJ Sky was in this scene. Oh wow. Okay. Nice boots. But yeah, so Biggie, she goes into the kitchen where Tommie is. And I don't know why Mariah, well, I guess she just came to say hi to Tommie. But yeah, so Biggie and her minions, Tasiki, Anna, Mariah, they're all there. The Fabulous Four, I guess. They're all there in the kitchen. I don't know why they had to be there for Biggie to speak to Tommie, but yeah, whatever. They're there in the kitchen with her, just sitting, watching, Biggie's Angels, Biggie's backup dancers. They're watching, and Tommie and Biggie are going at it, and they're arguing. And Biggie's just basically saying, last time I saw you, you disrespected me. You said I'm not a star, blah, blah, blah. Listen, Biggie is just pathetic. Biggie has to be an only child. She definitely has only child syndrome. I know she don't have no siblings because everything always got to be about her. She's such a crybaby. She's too old to be a crybaby. You're too old to be a crybaby girl. Like you're just, and you could tell Biggie has low self-esteem. She's just so pathetic to me. She's not a baddie. Her self-esteem is low. She needs validation from everybody. She can't fight. I don't know why Biggie's on this. She doesn't even have the aesthetic of a baddie. If Biggie was all these things and then she looked like, uh, I don't know, Scotty or Diamond, fine, I would understand. But girl, nothing about you screams baddie. Nothing. 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 Anywho. So yeah, they go at it. Biggie is just saying, "Oh, you hurt my feelings the other day. You said I wasn't a star and blah 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 and this and that and I was performing and I was there on the stage and I had the crowd lit and blah 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 and you're going to tell this bitch Summer that she's the littest one there, but the people was booing her and this and that." And I'm like, "Biggie, seriously?" First of all, Summer was lit. She had energy, okay? People just boo Summer because and you know what? You know what? It makes sense. Now that I think about it, cuz Biggie's been picking on Summer quite a lot this season. I noticed. Biggie's been on Summer's ass this season. She's been antagonizing Summer. She's been saying a lot of slick shit to antagonize Summer this whole season. Summer don't really pay her no mind because who the fuck is Biggie? Biggie's pathetic. So rightfully so. Summer don't pay her no mind. But Biggie be saying slick shit to, poke at Summer. And I feel like this is probably the reason why, because her idol likes Summer. Her idol being taught, and listen, after this episode, I'm convinced, like, listen, Biggie wants to eat Tommie's drawers, okay? She is like obsessed. It's giving obsession. It's giving obsession. Okay? Like she a fan. She loves Tommie. Child, she loved Tommie. Okay? I think she would eat her cootie cat if she could. She probably already has. Who knows? So anyway, what happened? What happened? What happened? Yeah, so Biggie's just going off and the other day you hurt my feelings and you put your hands on me, you put your hand in my face, and I'm like, did I miss something? Was that off camera? Because I didn't see Tommie put her hand on Biggie. I know she got up in her face, but I don't remember Tommie putting her hand on Biggie. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Like, y'all let me know. Let me know. Because was that on camera? Like, did I miss that? Because I don't remember seeing that. I just remember seeing them argue. and Tommie getting up in her face and yelling. Oh, child, where was I? I just had to reload this player. But anywho, long story short, Biggie was just crashing out, going off on Tommie for, disrespecting her and, basically saying, oh, you're not a real friend. You're only cool with people who's convenient for you, like Summer and blah, 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 blah. Tommie's like, how is Summer convenient for me? Like, what are you talking about? Girl, you tripping. You need to calm down. You need to lower your voice. She even started laughing in her face at one point. She's like, girl, I can't apologize to you for disrespecting you because you wilding, like you going off, like you're doing too much. Did they tell you to do this? Are you being produced? What's going on, Biggie? Like, this isn't you. Calm down. That's pretty much what Tommie's like, girl, you're on bullshit right now. Like, I can't with you. I can't. So, yeah, Biggie was just going off and look, I don't blame Biggie. Biggie was on timeout last season. So, she got to do her big one. She got to make sure that she doesn't get put back in the doghouse again. You know what I mean? And Biggie, she going to be dramatic. She going to whatever. So, I'm here for it, I'm here for it. So, yeah, so they keep going on. Pumbaa keeps, just expressing her frustrations with Tommie. Next thing you know, they get into a little scuffle. And I'm going to show y'all right now, right when it happened. All right, so y'all saw that. Here's my thing. If Tommie smushed Biggie, because Biggie said that Tommie smushed her in her face. I mean, yeah, get your lick back. Get your lick back. Get your lick back. So, if Tommie really smushed you in the face, you got your lick back. Kudos to you. Um, it's just like you really made it seem like you were really. It really. I was shocked because this is Tommie we're talking about. Number one, we all know how much Biggie loves Tommie. Number two, she kept saying in this scene she was not going to put her hand on Tommie. Even if Tommie put her hand on her, she would not touch Tommie. So there's that. And what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? There's something else I wanted to say, but I forgot. Oh yes. When one thing I don't like about this show is like if somebody is if somebody is trying to okay, how should I put this? I don't like when someone hits somebody and then the person who got hit is trying to get their lick back and security stops or gets in the way before they get a chance to. It's like, why are you blocking me from hitting the person that just hit me? Let me hit them back and then you can intervene or break it up or whatever it is you got to do. You got Tasiki's weird ass in the back talking about no, 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 stop it, stop it, stop it, no, 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 stop, no, 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 this ain't happening, no, 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 stop it, stop it. What? Telling the security to stop, telling the no, 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 no. Let Tommie hit her back. I mean, it looked like she did. I mean, she snatched her wig off. It looked like she got at least one slap in. Because, Tommie quick. I'm convinced Tommie was a stripper or something because one thing with her, she is quick in some heels. She's quick in her heels. Them heels don't stop her. She's for someone who had a foot injury recently, and she be wearing heels all the time. She is quick in her heels, child. She is quick. I could barely stand in heels. She can run. She can fight. Kudos to Tommie. That's all I gotta say. Kudos to Tommie. I do think she would be fighting better if she would wear sneakers or Tims or whatever. But hey, Tommie is the fashion girly, right? So yeah, it's like that's my only thing. Like, let Tommie. I don't know if it's just because I like Tommie and I don't really care for Biggie, but like, let her get a chance to get Biggie good. Let her get her. I don't think she didn't get Biggie the way I wanted her to get Biggie. Everybody was hyping up this whole Biggie versus Tommie, but man, Tommie didn't get Biggie the way I wanted her to. You know, like I said, she snatched the frontal off. She got a one slap in, but nah, I really wanted her to get her, and they didn't give her a chance to. And it's not fair because Pumbaa smushed her. I didn't like that. I didn't like this scene for that. But anyway, so Tommie's, oh, I fucking love you, not Tommie, Biggie. Biggie's like, telling Tommie, I fucking love you. You hurt me and this and that and blah blah blah. Like, you would have thought they was fucking or something. It's like, it's crazy. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. This is I'm a boss. I'm a boss. No, 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 Biggie. Mm-mm. No. No. This is the same one who said, if I gotta be in a relationship with a woman, I gotta be the boss. I gotta be the dominant one. Nah, this is you crashing out. Like, all the way out. All the way out. She's there telling Summer, Summer, don't meet your heroes. You think she's nice now. Wait until you get to know her. Don't meet your hero, Summer. Don't meet your child. Who said Tommie was Summer's hero? Who said she was her hero? Just because she's your hero, just because you're her stan, okay? Just because you're in love with Tommie, just because you're obsessed with Tommie, okay? Just because you stan Tommie doesn't mean anyone else does. She telling Summer, don't meet your hero, Summer. Don't meet your heroes. You think you like her now? What? I'm like, girl, Tommie's your hero? Really? Tommie's your hero? Oh my God, you can't make this up. Biggie is so pathetic. Like, I don't know why they got this bitch on this show. For real, for real. I don't know why. Oh my gosh, she's funny, but she everything but a baddie. I'm sorry. Tommie's your hero? Don't meet your hero, Summer. Summer's just there chilling, man. Summer just whatever. Don't meet your heroes? Oh, Biggie. Biggie, Biggie, Biggie. Can't you see? Anyway. So yeah, she was just going off, and when she left, it's funny because when she left, Tommie was because security took her out. Tommie was talking to the irrelevant three, Anna, Tasiki, and Mariah. They're so irrelevant to me that I forget their names. That's how irrelevant they are to me. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to show. I wanted to show this is what I wanted to show because Tommie was basically telling them that by them I mean the irrelevant three that she finds it weird that Biggie's acting like this because they already had conversations. They already had three conversations prior to this kitchen meeting, and they already discussed about what happened. So that's why she's laughing in Biggie's face, and she finds it weird that she's acting this way. Listen, this is why I say it's giving obsession. It's giving obsession. All she do is talk about Tommie. She sing Tommie songs word for word. They can't say nothing bad about Tommie or else Biggie's gonna go up. Nah, it's giving obsession. Okay, she told these girls that Tommie didn't reach out to her. No, actually, she told them that she didn't speak to Tommie and that Tommie reached out to her and she was ignoring Tommie. Then when we hear Tommie's side of the story, it's the other way around. Biggie's the one texting and ringing off Tommie's phone, and her and Tommie had a conversation. They spoke about it, and that's what it was. You know, they spoke about it a few times, and Tommie had receipts. Tommie had receipts. So it was funny, and Anna called this out. Anna said that, Biggie made it seem like they hadn't spoken to each other, but Tommie showed us receipts and they did speak to each other. They did have a conversation. So, Biggie, you're just looking weirder and weirder by the minute. You crashing out over Tommie, then you trying to act like, oh yeah, I was ignoring that bitch. No, 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 no. Yeah. She reaching out to me, but I'm ignoring her. Whole time you reaching out to her, and y'all already spoke. Hmm. I don't know what to say about Biggie. But yeah, Anna did call it out like, bitch, why you gotta lie? Why you lying to us? Like Tommie done showed us the receipts. Why you always lying? Child. Anywho. So, what happened after? What happened? What happened? Oh, yes, Tommie left. I mean, she came, she did her big one. She had her little scuffle for the day. And Tommie's a real boss, man. She just come. She got paid a lot this season. She got paid a lot just to come show up for a few minutes, do her big one, and then go about her business. Real baddie shit. So anyway, yeah, Mariah snuck Summer. That was earlier on. She snuck Summer when Summer was trying to go into the kitchen to say hi to Tommie. Yeah, Mariah snuck Summer, and she really thought she did her big one by doing that. Yeah, I don't know why she thought that, but yeah, she really thought she did her big one. Anna thought it was hilarious. I just thought it was whack. That's the only way I mean, Anna and Mariah, like they could only get somebody when they sneak them. I get it. They're like 100 pounds soaking wet, both of them. So, a sneak is like a sneak for them is like that's them doing their big one. Oh yeah, I snuck you from the back. I got you. Yeah, you got that person because you snuck them from the back. Yeah. But I mean, hey, a win is a win, I guess, right? A win is a win. Yeah, so this is when Rollie finally decided she put her foot down and she was like, yeah, no. Um Lex, out of all the girls that got booed, I will let Lex still perform. And Summer was just like, yo, that's some bullshit. But anyways, I'm outie. So next we see them on the Baddie bus. Whoops. Yeah. The Baddie bus. And DJ Sky is saying whatever, her little mini motivational speech, whatever. Summer decides that she's gonna call Natalie in front of all the girls. Nobody told her not to call Natalie except Fauna. Fauna was really like, Summer, don't do that. She's grieving. Don't call her now. That's not a good idea. Blah, blah, blah. Summer did it anyway. And, mind you, nobody told her not to call Natalie other than Fauna. I'm going to keep saying that, okay? I'm going to keep saying that. This is very important. It's very important that I remind y'all Fauna was the only person, from what we see, that told Summer not to call Natalie. Okay? All right. Apparently, everyone was upset, but Fauna was the only one who told her not to. So anyway, she FaceTimes Natalie, and Natalie is she looks like she's in her hotel room. Another thing to keep note, right? Where is it? Let me see something. Okay. So does this look like somebody who's at a funeral? No, she looks like she's in her hotel bed chilling, right? Cool. Now, I'm not saying that Natalie didn't go to the funeral. I'm not saying that she's lying, but I'm just letting you know, okay? Look at how Natalie looks right now. Natalie does not look like she's at a funeral, okay? She looks like she's in a hotel bed chilling. She probably just came from the funeral. She's probably taking a nap before going to the funeral. Who knows? But, she's not at a funeral, basically. Is That's the whole point I'm trying to make. And this is important for later on. So keep this in mind, okay? This is when Summer called her, and this is how Natalie looks. Okay? Cool. So, um you could tell she's been crying because her eyes look so swole. Yeah, you could tell she's grieving. Anywho, so what next? What next? What next? Yeah, so she's like, oh, this, that, Rollie, this bitch talking about I can't perform. And Lex is still able to perform. What's all that about? And Natalie's like, look, I said all the girls that got booed shouldn't be able to perform because of such and such and such, whatever stupid reason she gave Summer. And Summer's just like, well, they were saying Big Ivory when Lex performed. And again, Natalie said, I said all the girls who got booed shouldn't be able to perform. So I feel like she's saying, without saying it, that all the girls, including Lex, if they got booed, shouldn't be able to perform. So I don't know why Rollie's picking and choosing. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So she discussed that with Natalie um, on the phone in front of everybody. And yeah, when Summer said this bitch Rollie didn't like that. She did not like that. So she decided to get up with her 500 pounds on her. She decides to get up and, oh, look at Tinka's face. Good Lord. Look at Tinka's face. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Just terrible. Yeah, so, yeah, Rolly didn't like that whole Summer calling her a bitch, whatever. So Rolly stood up, and then Summer stood up. Again, Rolly stood up first, and then Summer stood up. Okay? Cool. And Rolly's like, girl, you could be mad all you want about not performing, but you ain't gonna call me no bitch. You call me a bitch again, and I'm gonna show you a bitch. Okay? Right. Cool. So there was that. And Summer's just like, girl, I ain't even trying to fight with you, but you did say Lex could perform and I can't. And Lex is here like, girl, don't try to throw me under the bus because you can't perform. Stop calling my name. Like, leave me alone. Leave me out of your bullshit. Anyways, Natalie was like, girls, do not get worked up over this shit. It's not worth it. We're going to figure it out when I come back. It is what it is. So the call ended there. And, Fauna, I mean, Fauna must be like fucking somebody on production because her mouth, like, I don't know who she really thinks she just better than she thinks she like a Rollie or a Natalie or something. Like, I don't know who she thinks she is. Someone should have popped her. Okay, trying to little girl her and like, I don't know, like, I just don't like Fauna. Like, she really think like she's that girl and she's so much better and classier and just more, just better than everybody. Like, I don't like Fauna for that. All y'all are ratchet and all y'all are on this ratchet ass show. Nobody is better than anybody. So, oh, Summer, the way you conduct yourself, You shouldn't be allowed to perform anyway because the way you conduct yourself, bitch, please. Okay? You're on the same show as me. If you don't hush your mouth, girl, I don't like this whole fauna. I don't like her, okay? I don't like her. She tried to give Summer a whole lecture like Summer's like a child or her child or something. Like, bitch, shut up. So anyway, Summer's like, anyways, girl, I'm gonna perform. Fuck what you say. DJ Sky, spin that shit. It is what it is, okay? And that was pretty much the end of that scene. So then, what do we see after? Oh yes, these two irrelevant assholes, yeah, they're just talking about what happened with Gretch, getting sliced up. They both feel bad. Um, they want to check up on her because they fuck with her, yada yada yada. And they're also just bringing up their weak ass storyline with Nunu, aka, K Weekend's mother. So they're just talking about that. That storyline is so whack. Like at this point, like I just want K Weekend to come on the show so K Weekend and her mother can argue and fight and do whatever they have to do and get it out of the way because it's like y'all are just, I mean, thank God Nunu was on this season because y'all wouldn't have a storyline. Y'all wouldn't. And that's why I just can't get into these two because their storylines are always so weak. Like last season, their entire storyline was the big three. It was Russian Cream for a couple of episodes, and then it was just the big three. And now this season, like your entire storyline is just Nunu, really. And it's like y'all are the ones really itching for a problem with Nunu because at this point, K Weekend and Nunu haven't even met. They haven't even met yet. It's really, and they don't even really have beef like that. It's really just the fans putting them against each other, and they admitted that. At least Nunu did. Even Nunu can admit that the beef is weak. It's really stupid, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's giving these girls a job on the show, so whatever. It is what it is. So in the next scene, we see the girls are outside. We have Mariah Lynn from Jersey. Remember, Mariah Lynn from Jersey, because it's one thing she gonna remind us that she from Jersey every chance she get. So don't forget, it's Mariah Lynn from Jersey. Then we have K Weekend's mom. And who else? Who else? Who I actually like this look on Mariah. It's cute. I'm trying to show the other girls for fuck's sake. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, we have I couldn't remember who was in this scene, y'all. So we have Big Lex and we have Big Dominican, Big Dominican, Big Dominican. And they're just basically talking about they're talking about a lot. They're talking about Summer, how Summer's getting on Lex's nerves, and Lex is like, she keep trying me and this and that. And then Mariah is talking about, oh, don't worry, next time, if you want, I could get her for you. I could fight her for you. I'm like, Mariah, sit down. You always want to fight for the bitches that could actually fight. You can't even fight. How you gonna fight Summer for Lex? That's not good. You can't even whoop Summer. You fought Summer how many times already? And you can't whoop her. You can't. The most you can do is sneak Summer. And it's still, even when you do sneak her, it's weak. Them slaps you be giving Summer behind her, them back-headed slaps you be giving her from the are weak. They're so weak. Like these little princess, like, girl, sit down. Lex and Tasiki do not need you to fight for them. Trust me. They don't need you to fight for them. Sit down, please. You're so ugh. She's such a pick me. She's such a pick me. Oh my god. For all the heavy hitters, she's such a freaking pick me. It's so sad. Anyway, so then I don't know what Nunu was talking about. I forgot what she was talking about, child. But she was kind of like just chiming in on everybody's little beef, whatever. Um, Biggie did say that. Oh, they were talking about this the Tommie situation, and they were talking about even like as far as like Tommie bringing in those girls, her Goonies, for Killa or whoever it was that she brought the Goonies for. And Lex was like, "Yeah, that was not cool. I feel some type of way about that, blah, blah, blah." Biggie was chiming in too, and whatever. Biggie's like, "Yeah, that's how I was feeling yesterday with her, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah." And then, telling the girls, "Yeah, Summer this, Summer that. We just got to ignore her." I'm not going to lie, this scene was low key boring. It was low key boring. They wasn't saying anything really important, honestly. What was the next scene? What was the next scene? What was the next scene? I'm really trying to figure out. Oh yes, here we go. Um, so we have Tasiki. Hold up, let me go up. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah, so we have Tasiki and Rollie. Did Tasiki even say anything in this scene? Let me see something. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so they were just talking about Summer, I mean, thank God they gave Tasiki a scene. I think this was the first time we heard her talk all episode. Um, Other than when she was yelling stop when Biggie and Tommie were going at it. This is like maybe the second time that we hear her speak in the entire episode. Okay. So her and Rolly are talking. They're just chatting about Summer and how Summer acted um, the day before and everything. And speak of the devil, who shows up? Summer. Summer and Sapphire. So it's cold outside. Everybody just keeps complaining about the cold. Like, anyway. So they're complaining about how cold it is outside and whatnot. And Summer immediately apologizes to Rolly. And she's like, "Look, Rolly, if you took it as disrespect, me calling you a bitch yesterday, I didn't mean nothing, whatever." And Rolly's like, it's cool, and Summer's just like, "I was just trying to make a point. I just feel like if a rule applies, it should apply to everyone, not just me." And Rolly she was reasonable. She seemed to agree. She understood. But Rolly also goes on to say, "Summer, the next time you stand up on me, it's a wrap for you." And my thing is, Summer stood up because you stood up, Rolly. So my thing is, if you don't want anybody standing up on you, then don't stand up on them. And this is what I don't like about Rolly. I feel like Rolly talks to these bitches like they're her kids. You know? You don't stand up and like you got to remember, like, these girls may be a little bit younger than you. They may be smaller than you, but these are still grown women. And you can't just stand up and wag your finger and talk to somebody like they're your child and just expect them to just sit there and just take it. Like, no, if you are gonna get up from your chair to stand up and talk to me and wag your finger, I'm gonna get up too, because I ain't nobody's kid. I'm a grown-ass woman. Summer is a grown-ass woman with 2 kids. She might be a little younger than Rolly, she might be a little smaller, but she is still a grown woman nonetheless. So I do feel like with Rolly, if you don't want nobody standing up to you, you shouldn't stand up to nobody. I mean, it has to be a mutual thing. You can't be allowed to just stand up and talk down on people like they're your kids, and they can't do the same. So I feel like Summer should have said something about that. Like, look, if you don't want me standing up on you, Rolly, respectfully, you can't stand up on me. Like, let's keep that like mutual respect. You know what I mean? I don't know. These bitches, they be afraid of Rolly. Like, honestly, they be afraid of her. It's crazy. These new baddies, they're just, I don't know, they're just scared of Rolly. So anyway, Rolly calls another house meeting. And yeah, I don't want to talk too much about that last scene because, it's just whatever. So yeah, Rolly calls another house meeting. I think this is like the second house meeting for the day. And Summer, I don't know what kind of fit this is, but whatever. Must have been a lazy day for her, I assume. So yeah, Rolly calls another house meeting, and she lets them know that they're getting ready to go to this club called Kit Kat. Okay? And I think by now Natalie is back. But yeah, they're getting ready to go to this club called Kit Kat. And uh before the house meeting can even start, Dolly decides that she has something that she wants to get off her chest in regards to Summer. So Dolly took Dolly took 10 minutes out of this entire episode. Okay? 10, I counted. About 10 minutes out of this episode. It was probably more, honestly, cuz Zeus be editing a whole lot. There's a lot that they don't show us. So, it was probably more, but it was about 10 minutes, a whole 10 minutes of Dolly just going off on Summer. Basically saying, you know what, Summer, when it comes to me, keep my name out your mouth, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Let me show, like, it's, she was just saying a whole, just going off on Summer, telling Summer, basically, look, if you keep trying me, okay, let me drink some water because my throat is getting dry. I'm losing my voice. Yeah, so Dolly's basically telling Summer, look, you see when it come to me, keep my name out your mouth because if you keep trying me, I know we were friends before, but I will fuck you up. Okay? That's basically all she said. It took her 10 minutes to say that because she kept saying it over and over again 50 different times in 50 different ways. Okay? You don't got to take my word for it. I'm going to play you a little clip. Yeah, child, it was a lot. Like I said, it was like a whole like 10 minutes of her just going off on Summer saying the same thing over and over again. Some of you keep trying me, I will fuck you up. Yeah, so that's basically what it was, okay? She was going off, saying this, saying that. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Like I said, in 50 different ways, she said the same thing. Okay. Everybody, look at everybody around her. Everybody's like falling asleep. Everybody's bored. Everybody's like, okay, she checking her phone. She looked like she falling asleep. She looked like she waiting for it to end. She looking like, girl, bitch, are you finished? Are you gonna keep going or are you finished yet? Like, when are you finished? What's going on? She looked like she got a fart to let out and she don't care to be there. Like, and she just like, come on. We get the point, Dolly. We get the point. We get the point. Okay, if Summer tries you again, you're gonna fuck her up. Okay, Dolly, we get it. We get it now. We get it now, okay? Sheesh. And it's so what made it even funnier was what made her look even crazier was Summer's just sitting there like, okay, Dolly, respectful. Okay, I understand. Okay, Dolly. Okay, Dolly. Okay, Dolly. Cool. Got it. Okay, Dolly. All right. Okay. Okay. Like that's all Summer kept saying. That's all Summer kept saying. Even Summer was like, "Girl, okay, all right, I get it now. Yes, you." It's like, oh, I'm trying to see how everyone else's face. Oh, this was Lex when Summer said, "I would never fight you guys because y'all used to be my friends." This is the face that Lex made when Summer said that. And it's just like, you know what? I feel like, okay, in their defense, we don't know what Summer says and does when the cameras are off, okay? But if she's telling you guys, if y'all know she gets drunk and I mean, when she's sober, she's telling you guys she will never fight you guys because she has that respect and she still respects you guys as, her former friends. You know what I mean? So it's like, I get it, like, I get the frustration, but if she still has, and the thing is, when Summer is drunk, is she trying to fight you guys or is she just talking shit? Like Biggie said in the scene prior, y'all just need to learn to ignore Summer, okay? Because Summer is not the first person to come on Baddies and get drunk and say or do stupid shit. Look at Sapphire the other day when they were at the booking. She was just out of control. She was just out of control. And I don't even think she was really drunk like that, you know? I remember Razor on Baddies West, so I just feel like to fight her and she's telling you guys, I will never fight y'all because y'all used to be my friends, you know? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, she just kept going off, going off, going off on Summer. Yeah, so yeah, she was basically saying, look, if I do fight this bitch, nobody better stop me, nobody better jump in. Let me handle my shit. And, that's when other people started chiming in, whatever. Tasiki said, don't put a battery in Summer's back, whatever the fuck that means. Um, uh Dolly was like, "Oh, y'all keep saying she my friend, don't fight her, this, that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear your feedback. Don't chime in." And then Suki was basically like, "Girl, I'm the one who told you such and such, so are you talking to me?" And Dolly's like, "Girl, respectfully, you're not the only person who told me don't fight Summer because Summer used to be my friend." Yeah, she's right, because Smiley has said it a couple of times also, right? So I see where Dolly's coming from with that. Suki did say that's not your friend. Y'all ain't friends. None of y'all is friends. You, Lex, or Summer. None of y'all is friends. Y'all are on totally. You are all on different alignments. That's the word that she used. Alignments. Okay, you guys are not in sync. You guys are all riding different waves. And yeah, y'all ain't friends. Y'all ain't friends. Sapphire did say she do be telling Summer to chill sometimes, but Summer's gonna do Summer, right? Summer is gonna do what she wanna do, and that's it. So, Dolly kept going off. She kept going off and going off, and it wasn't until Anna had to say something. Yeah, child, I was so happy. I don't really care for Anna, but I was so happy when she did that because, child, ugh. I was like, how much more of this do we have to hear? Like, girl, I was so happy that Anna like cut her off and was like, okay, are we gonna go to rehearsal? Cause like I was so happy because I'm like, how much more of this do I have to hear? For the first time, I'm actually happy that Anna opened up her mouth and interrupted somebody like for the first time. Girl, can we wrap this up? For real? Like, can we wrap this up? We got places to go and we got things to do. Okay? So in the next scene we see Jayla and Scotland. They are in Italy, and I'm like, yes, finally, now we can get to see two real baddies doing real baddie shit because these hoes and their fake make believe overproduced storylines, like I'm getting tired, okay? So at least, this is refreshing to see and yeah, so they're in Italy and honestly, yeah, like I said before, it's just refreshing to see, okay? Like, I needed a break from the baddies and their fake make believe storyline. So this was nice to see. A lot of people are saying that they're skipping over Scotty's scenes because apparently they're too boring. Listen, this whole season is boring, okay? I'm sorry. They were better off. They should have had like a baddies. They should have had baddies Italy, fuck. Probably would have been fun. They should have went like Baddies USA. I don't know. They probably should have went like Baddies UK. I really thought that it would have been Baddies. I thought Baddies UK would have been next because they're always in London. Like they're always in the UK. So I was expecting that before a Baddies USA. Um or just I don't know, Baddies Japan or Baddies Mexico. I don't know, something, child, something. Baddies Asia, Baddies South America. I don't know, child, because look, this is just this season. It's been boring. Yeah, it's been boring. There's really, I mean, they spend a lot of the episodes just talking about the same things over and over again, talking about fights from 2 episodes ago. The storylines are weak. It's just there's no real beef, and then it's like they're fighting over stupid things, and I don't know. Y'all are skipping Scotty scenes. I mean, I don't know, and I don't really care for Scotty like that, but I look forward to her scenes. I'm not gonna lie, I look forward to them. So, she was just basically in Milan. Of course, we know that, and she's shopping with Jayla, and they're at the Prada store shopping and spending like girl time together, and Scotty is just basically having a heart to heart with Jayla and telling her, she's a little worried, she's about to be a mom, her life is going to change, stuff like that. She's talking about how, she reminisces on her friendship with Natalie and how so much has changed, and basically like it came to she kind of had to choose between her friendship with Natalie and her relationship with Lemmy. And I feel like it kind of sucks and it's kind of weird that she had to do that. But this is what happens when you're having a relationship with your boss and your friend is it's like you were friends with Natalie. Okay, Natalie brought you to this job. Okay, it's like your friend brings you to this job, okay? This new job, okay? And you start fucking the boss of that job and then it kind of puts it becomes weird. I mean, I don't think it should get to a point where you have to choose between your friend and the boss who is also your man, but it is a weird situation. It's a very weird situation. I don't think Scotty should have. Um, I mean, it is what it is. It is. I mean, it's too late to say anything now. She's having a kid with the man. They're together. Who knows? Maybe in the future they might get married. I doubt it, but who knows? But it's a weird, it's a touchy situation, I will say. But when you have to choose between your man and your friend, your friendship, um, that's a red flag. It's a red flag. Mm-hmm. It's a red flag because you shouldn't have to. You know, this is your friend and this is your man. You shouldn't have to. You should never have to because it's two different type of a friend, a love that you have for a friend and a love that you have for someone that you're romantically involved with is two different type of love. So you should never have to choose between your friend and a man, your friend and your man. It just, I don't know, it just, something doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't sit right with me. And I feel like there's a lot of things going on that, I don't know, I don't want to, that relationship is not good for her. Her relationship with Lemmy, mm-mm, mm-mm. She's not happy. And then she's, talking about, after the show, I won't be on the show anymore and how she's gonna feel and but she is ready to be a mom, so but I mean, Scotty, like this show is really like this show is really all you have. Baddies is really all you, I mean, now you're gonna have a child, so that's good, but Baddies is really all you have, girl. I mean, you're a personal trainer, apparently, but I mean, you're not really toned. So I don't know. I don't know. You're an athlete, you're a but you're not really toned, Scotty. So I mean, how is that working for you? Because for an athlete, your body is not toned. And you drink a lot. For an athlete, you drink a lot, Scotty. You drink a lot. Okay? And it shows. It shows in your face. It shows in your skin. It shows in your body. So, maybe now that you're not going to be on the show, maybe, now you can really get your body tone and really focus on being the best trainer or athlete or fitness, whatever you're doing that you can be. Because looking at you, it's, mm-mm, mm-mm. You look more like a baddie. You look more like a baddie than a trainer. Okay? I'm sorry. So maybe you can focus on that now. But Scotty is pregnant and she's very emotional. Her hormones are all over the place. So I get it. I get it. But it is it was interesting. She has a lot of mixed feelings, mixed emotions. And it seems that she does worry a little bit about her future, but Jail is basically just there reassuring her, like, girl, don't even worry. Like, whatever God has planned for you, you know what I mean? Like, everything, basically just telling her everything is gonna be okay. Like whatever God has meant for you, it's not gonna pass you by. Basically, like it's not gonna pass you by. Like you'll be fine. Okay? Just don't worry about it. You will be fine. So anyway, that's pretty much that for that scene. Yeah, I hope, let's just hope for the best for Scotty. Um, like I said, I don't really care for her, but she is pregnant. She's about to be a mom. And, I honestly don't think she is happy in her relationship with Lemmy. So we just gotta hope for the best when it comes to her. We just, like pray for Scotty, guys, because honestly, to me, it looks like Lemmy is controlling. It looks like he nags her. It looks like he doesn't look like he looks like he can be difficult sometimes. He can be a little difficult and a little controlling and a little annoying. And having a kid with somebody like that, yeah, it's not gonna last. I do not see them lasting, honestly. I don't see them, especially when the baby does arrive, when that baby is born. I do not see them lasting. I don't. I don't. That when that baby is 6 months, they're gonna break up. Okay, it might even happen before, but I say when that baby is about 6 months, they're gonna break up. They're gonna break up. It's gonna be Scotty's gonna be like, fuck this, and she's gonna leave. Okay. Lemmy looks like he can be a lot to handle. Okay, and now it's like this is your boss and your man and your baby daddy. Yeah. Okay. I feel like Scotty is gonna like probably go back to North Carolina or wherever she's from, go stay with her parents and be like, fuck this guy. I'm done. That's what I feel. Because when you are having issues, we've seen them already. We've seen them on Instagram. They break up to make up. Scotty, she makes these tweets, she makes these Instagram posts subbing Lemmy, and and this is even before she got pregnant. This is before. Okay. Certain things, that they do and everything, they make up to break up, stuff like that. So when you're already having problems before a baby comes into the picture, when the baby does come into the picture, the problems are more amplified. So I feel like whatever little problems they had before, it's going to become bigger and more serious and more, after the baby's born. So I give them, when that baby is around 6 months, I feel like they're going to break up. If not 6 months, maybe a year, but I feel like it's not going to be long after that baby's born that they're going to break up. That's what I feel, honestly. So anyway, in I don't know if this is the last scene or no, sorry. This is the second to last scene. So yes, the baddies, they're on their way to Kit Kat, the Kit Kat club that they're going to. I'm feeling for chocolate now, all this talk about Kit Kat. But anyway, so yeah, they're on their way to the bar the bar to see Natalie. And while they're in the Sprinter with their new friends, because Dolly and Lex, they've wanted to be friends with these girls all their life, okay? Tasiki and you know what I mean? So now, they're hanging with the cool kids now. They're lit. They're happy. They get to hang with the cool kids, right? Right, cool. So yeah, so they're just basically talking to Dolly saying, yeah, you went off on Summer the other day. That was good. Earlier, that was good. You put Summer in her place. Good job. Kudos to you. And Dolly's just like, yeah, man, because, like, I'm not finna keep letting a hoe play with me. Even if it was a hoe that I used to be cool with, you're not finna keep playing with me. I'm my mom. So, there's that. And then, I don't know who asked. I think it was, Mariah. She asked Killa basically, what's going on with you guys and Nunu, you know? And Killa was like, well, yeah, like she keep bringing up my bitch name and talking about checking temperature. Listen, I'm only talking about this shit for the review. I really don't care about these hoes. I really don't care about their weak ass storyline. I really, really don't. But yeah, anywho, so yeah, so they're talking about yeah, she keep talking about she trying to check temperature. She basically just gotta not mention my bitch name and not talk about checking temperatures, and we'll be Gucci. Like she'll be fine, like there won't be anything. So there's that. And Dolly chimes in and she's like, "Child, I don't even know why this whole K weekend thing is even an issue. Um, she's not even here, first of all." And then, Cold Killer's like, "It don't matter if she's not here. It don't matter about what, this, that, the next. That's my friend. That's my bitch. I ride for her, just like how you ride for your friends, just like how you was riding for Summer all of last year, all of last season, sorry. And now you see, you got so much hate by the fans. So now you're trying to go back to the old Dolly. Now you're trying to, do damage control and you're trying to be a whole nother person now." And I was like, "Ooh, Cold Killer, clock that freaking T." Ooh, Cold Killer listen. I don't care for Cold Killer, but Cold Killer was clocking T when it came to Dolly. She was clocking T. Dolly was trying to say, "Look, K Weekend started that shit between her and Nunu. K Weekend started that shit, blah, 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 blah." And Cold Killer was like, "Girl, I don't give a fuck. I ride behind my friend. I don't care who started what. It don't matter. This, that. I ride behind my friend just like how you ride behind your friend. Okay? Just like how you ride behind your friend, no matter what she was doing, no matter, you know what I mean, if it made sense or not, you ride behind your friend, you jump in fights, you this, you that, and now because you see you got a lot of backlash for it, now you're trying to go back to the so-called old Dolly. Hmm. Well, Cold Killer cleared Dolly. I'm sorry. Dolly did have a point when she said K Weekend started the beef with Nunu because she did. She did. She did. But Cold Killer was clocking teeth. Cold Killer was clocking teeth. So anyway, in the next sprinter, um, you know, uh, like I said, this show is boring because we keep talking about the same shit over and over again. The same storylines, fights that's been happening, from 2 episodes ago. We're still talking about it. Anyway, so Summer's just basically here talking about, "I'm not friends with Dolly anymore. I'm not friends with Lex. They need to let it go. I don't want to be their friend. That's that. I don't need to disrespect them. I don't need to fight them, but I just don't want to be their friend. And they just need to get over it. They really just need to get over it and let it go. And stop trying to pick beef with me. Stop trying to pick fight with me. I don't want to be their friend. End of story. That's it. Ain't no beef. I just don't want to be friends and I want to move on. That's it. That's all." So then Rollie chimes in and she's like, "Well, you do be getting drunk and saying slick shit and you say nasty stuff, really disrespectful things to them. And that's why they want to fight you because when you get drunk, you be saying shit. You don't even remember what you be saying." And Summer's like, "Girl, I could say what I want. We ain't friends, blah, blah, blah. I don't take shots at these girls, blah, 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 whatever. It is what it is." And Rollie's like, "Summer, I'm telling you, like, you be getting drunk and you forget what you say and you be, taking shots at these girls. And that's why they're coming at you the way they are." And my whole thing is like, can we hear, like, can you guys tell us what she be saying? Because if she's saying all these mean and nasty and disgusting things about Lex and Dolly when she's drunk, can you guys like spill the tea? Like, what exactly is Summer saying that's pissing these girls off and makes them, want to fight? Because I'm really starting to feel like this whole thing is made up. And Summer probably, she probably says like a couple things here and there when she's drunk, but I don't think it's like anything worth fighting her for. I did see that while they were filming, there were a couple of things like Summer um but this was only after they fought. I noticed that Summer, I think she did, there were a couple of videos that went viral a little bit on Instagram, but this was after they fought. This was after they fought. I think one went viral after she fought Dolly, and she was saying, "Oh, Dolly was ducking wreck, this, that, blah, blah, blah." Dolly ducking wreck in this bitch. I think it was her and Killa. She was like, "Oh, Dolly ducking wreck in this bitch." Blah blah blah. This that. And I also saw one where oh yeah, well, there was the live that Tommie's daughter did where Summer was basically like Lex ate my coochie and blah 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 whatever. And but that's gonna, I think this that live came after this episode. So, yeah. But I just feel like if Summer is like, saying disrespectful things and stuff, like let us know, let us know the tea, you know? Let us know all the tea. What exactly is Summer saying that, has these girls panties in a bunch to the point where they want to fight her? Like, spill the tea. What does she say, Rollie? So anywho, there's that. And Lord. Back on the under sprinter, things are just getting heated between Dolly and what's her name? Killa. Anyway, there's that. So yeah, it was basically that. Them going back and forth over how Dolly behaved last season, and Rican and Nunu, and just irrelevant shit, honestly. So in the last scene, the girls finally arrive to Kit Kat, and Natalie is already there, and she's going off. She's I don't know, like it's such a character. Like you could tell she's putting on for the cameras. You could tell she get up and she's doing all this with her hands, and she's, first of all, what are you wearing, Natalie? Natalie looked like she literally just woke up, didn't shower, came outside in her slippers, baby hairs in the back showing through her wig. Just, yeah, man. Anyway, but anywho, she's there and she's just going off talking about, oh, I can't even leave for one full day. Bitches ringing off my phone, calling my phone 50 times a day, this, that. I can't even have privacy for one day. No, because you're filming, Natalie. I mean, come on. I get this is your show and you're filming. Yes, you had to go to a funeral, but you're still filming. You still have a show to run, boo boo. It is what it is. So yeah, she's just going crazy. Just like she wilding out in these people's bar, child. Everybody's looking at her like she crazy. She wilding out in these people's bar, and it's like, girl, relax. Girls keep calling me, and this and that and blah blah blah, waving her hands, and like she just doing the most, yelling and like, ugh. And the funny thing is, it's like when Summer called you yesterday, you were so calm. Where was all this energy yesterday? That's what's just so funny to me. But anyway, Summer shows up. Well, I mean, all the baddies showed up, but Natalie wanted to see Summer first. She specifically asked for Summer first, bring her in, bring that bitch in. And she told Summer, look, sit down, whatever. We gotta talk. Sit down, face me, look in front of me. Um, like, bitch, I'm about to blast you. And she's like, bitch, you called me yesterday like 50 million times. And Summer's like, Nat, I called you once. Like, what are you talking about? I called you once. And Natalie is going off. And anyway, we didn't even get to see the full of her going off. We saw her going off before Summer showed up, but yeah, that was pretty much it for this episode. We're gonna see the rest of it in the next review, in the next episode, episode 11. But child, that was pretty much it for this episode. Let me know in the comments what you think. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, like the videos. It really helps and it is greatly appreciated. So I will see you